Welcome in, guys. We're painting exactly what we see in front of us. We've got a lovely body of water. We've got some lovely ducks out there. We've got a couple of trees, and if you can hear it by the, what's what I'm looking for, audio, you might be able to hear a slight waterfall just behind you. So anyway, let's slap on some paint and see what this pretty looks like. Excuse me, team. Just ignore my finger on you. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So, fresh canvas. It's 12 Fox, and it's built out of pine. And this particular canvas here will be gessoed, lightly sanded, and ready for some paint. Hey guys, I'm doing well. Now, the paint we're working with today is going to be acrylic, and we're going to be mixing that with a little bit of guar gum, just to make sure it gets a bit more of an impasto feel here and there. And I'm even going to go as far as to add just a little bit of water into the acrylics to make them really wash out. Right, no time like the present. Here's my little container of paint. Here's my little plates. Just going to grab my water. Now, I know this looks like a bottle of gin, but it's not. Well, it is, but it's not gin in it anymore. It's a bottle of water, I promise. Right, let's put that down there. And first things first, let's have a little bit of a look out. Yeah, the first colour we're going to want to really capture it is going to be a deep brown. I've got a whole bunch of paints here. I want the thickest brush first, and I do want, here we are, raw umber. So underline all the colours we're going to find in this picture as we go on. Raw umber is going to be a key player. Now, today the technique's not wet on wet, it's wet on dry, which basically means the paint's wet, but the surface is dry. It's very basic, very easy. Zero prep with this method. You just kick straight into it and see how it goes. Aloha, welcome on in. Taylor, Steve, JTD, Kareem, Rockwell Stan. Now, you don't normally see me doing this, but I want the dry time to speed up. So rather than adding in a chemical of sorts, I'm mixing water into the acrylics. There we go. Beautiful. And these acrylics that I'm using, heavy bodied. There we go. Beautiful. Now these first few strokes, it's our job to actually capture where the image is going to go, what direction this image will take, and we need to decide what features are going to be meaningful to us. Now, if I spin you around here slightly so you can see, we've got trees, geese, ducks, a punga, and flax down there by the shore. We want to give each part the attention that it wants to get. And I want the reflections. I do want the reflections. So, let's donate this part to those islands that we see in the background there. I can sneak down through here. There's a bridge across here. We'll add that in. And then a little bit of that island point right there. And the reason why I added that in quite high is that allows me through this part to turn this into reflections, which makes me very happy. All of that there wants to be reflections. And that means if they are reflecting, there's going to be trees separate from the reflections going upwards. There we go. distance here going much further into the distance, but still nice. Still nice. And see, because it's so thinned out with the water, it evaporates almost immediately, which is fantastic for me because that lets me just keep applying layer after layer. It almost lands a little bit like watercolor at the moment. The whole way to the top. There we go. I think I might go a step further in just these few strokes. I'm going to expand that out a bit more. And even go as far as to connecting it up. It's gorgeous. That's the geese talking in the background. Good afternoon, Black Bunny. And who else do we have here? It is a peaceful day, Steve. So we've only got a window of about 1 to 2 hours. Shelby's just taking Cooper for a walk. And so basically the person who's going to set how long we can be here for is going to be my daughter, which I find pretty fun. We drove all around this park, but it was actually Shelby who said, well, this is obviously where you should be. Beside the water's edge. A little bit of a waterfall noise. And the birds are talking more here than they were in the other places, which is kind of fun. More reflections in here. Hello there, how you doing?
Yeah, thank you.
That's good. Enjoying the park?
Yeah.
That's good. Of course you can. We've only just started, but you're welcome to come on up. Hey, it's him.
How are you doing live?
Yeah, we're on a live feed at the moment.
Yeah.
But you're welcome to join on it.
Instagram or TikTok?
TikTok.
Oh.
But no one minds. You're more than welcome to come on over here for a
Yeah.
look-see.
Are you starting now?
Starting now.
Yeah, cool.
Jeepers, but if I was famous, I could be finished now, eh? So we'll get all the water with the reflections through here, and then later in the piece we'll add some of those flax bushes in, and maybe a bit of that tree there. We'll see how we feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first colour we're starting with, raw umber. Nice and brown and deep. And then after that, we might go into some blues. See how we feel.
How long time you?
How long?
Yeah.
Ooh, let's say, I think we'll be here for 90 minutes, I think.
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Oh, cool.
So come on past shortly and see how we did. You give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down and I'll know, won't I?
Your TikTok channel, what's your?
It's Seb Gower Art. That's the one you're after. Ooh, party music.
Can you spell?
SEB
S-E-B?
space GOWER. Did you find me?
Sorry.
You're all right. I'll I'll keep adding on paint while you do it.
Is it right?
Oh, close to. Almost there. Like that. The reception might be quite low around here. Do you come to the park often?
No,
Sorry?
not really.
Not really? First time?
A few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first time here in this park. New
yeah.
for me.
Oh,
I like this spot.
Yeah.
Very nice. Lovely people too. All right, guys, look after yourselves.
Yeah, I'm following you.
Oh, thank you very much. All the best, guys.
cheers.
Cheers. See ya. ASM Mondo followed me for many years. Well, thank you very much. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Yeah. Well, that's one of the things. This park's normally a lot busier, but on today, it's quite peaceful. Simply because it's Tuesday, the cafe's closed. So I'm not sure why that took people away from nature. But anyway, it feels like I have the whole park to myself, which is quite nice. Now, I talked to her briefly. I was thinking of adding in that tree here, and I think I will, but on an angle. So it'll come on down like this. In reality, the tree's vertical, but I don't want it breaking up their composition with a vertical line. So I'm going to put it on an angle here, and its branch is going to come out into the lake like this. See that? And dangle down here a little bit and get some of those branches like that. Just like that. We'll get one smaller one. It's going to blossom out there like that. Do we want to add more in? I'll do one more. Just like that. It's feeling very, very, it's feeling very, very Bob Rossi today, but that's part of the fun. Now, next thing I want to add in here is just under this area here. Here we go. There's a larger tree, a Pohutukawa, not Pohutukawa, Punga. Just in here like this. There we go. I'm just going to sneak down here. And it has this angled spine, just like that. That. Beautiful. And the next thing I want to add, if the birds would just be quiet for one moment, the next thing I want to add is just in here, these flax bushes. Another one's going to spike up there as well. Nice. Gorgeous. Just a bit more there. Perfect. Now inside of that, that's all the compositional elements we're going to want. That's everything. Very, very happy. Like I was saying to those lovely visitors, if we were famous, we'd just be able to stop there and say, there you go. But I wouldn't dare. Even if I was famous, guys. I think to really capture a place, you need at least 4 colours. 4. You can cut it short from there, but 4 key colours. Right. Let's have a look out there just quickly. The next colour I want, this is going to catch some of you off guard. I need black. Big, strong, powerful, ivory black. G'day, Jay. Welcome on in. We're out in nature again today, Jay. And we're using very small amounts of paint and splicing it into water to start with. Here we go. Pick this one up here. I was saying to everyone else before too, please, actually we'll need those. Please don't panic. This is not a giant bottle of gin. It's water. Distilled spring water. I just like the sound the bottle makes when you take the lid off. That. It's not like that at all, but there we go. Now, black. Now that we have the brown filling up the composition, and I understand how it's going to come together, the job of the black now is going to be to come in here and define those big features with dark outlines. Once it does that, then it's time for some fun with colour. That's the plan. That is the plan. And like I said earlier, we are on a little bit of a time restraint. Here we go. Imposed by my daughter, who, if not tolerating the conditions of the park while she goes walking with Shelby, they might come back early. And if they do, well, I'm gonna need to skedaddle, aren't I? But for now, we can just be here painting, enjoying what is a beautiful, beautiful spot in New Zealand. If you came to visit, New Zealand, this would be one of the places that you'd come to, and you'd drive around this park and you'd view the waterfalls and you'd really enjoy what makes this place quite unique. The little pockets of nature that we have everywhere, that's part of the beauty of New Zealand. It's no one place specifically, it's everywhere. It's the people, like you saw, beautiful, lovely people, out and about, living their day, living their lives. And we're out here, painting. And yet no one looks at me like I'm peculiar. They welcome me into this place and they're happy that we decided to come here and do this, which I think is pretty beautiful. I think that's pretty nice. Just gonna make sure I thin out the amount of water I'm putting through it at the moment. We don't want drips. I'm not a drip kind of guy. Well, because I haven't got long, Jay, I want to make sure I land these brush strokes in the right place, and so I like to zoom in a little bit. But when I'm working fast and wild, there's no need for this kind of carry on. So, short answer is, we chop and we change. There we go. Now this pung is going to need some love. So, we're going to capture the bones of it with much more raw paint, less water. And then capture these bits that are coming up. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. And then there's a couple of tendrils that are going to come this way, just like that. As they sort of pan down. And do it again. See, it's coming out from the actual. Gorgeous. Dangling down just like that. Perfect. And that tree, that big old tree there, that's going to be very thick. Dark in the foreground. Dark in the foreground. I always wondered, are they just reading glasses from a drugstore? Yes, they are. That's all they are. So they are 0.75 times on the zoom in. I always find it handy when I'm adding blacks onto a picture to use the glasses that zoom in a little bit more, because that allows me to actually make sure those defining lines land exactly where they want to be. Let me just scoop up around the sides of this canvas, guys. There we go. Maybe a bit more up here. Beautiful. Now, we're not finished yet with these bars. So underneath them, there we go. On each one of those. Gorgeous. And then what side? Both sides simultaneously. Let's come down here and add a bit of a shake into the brush. send them across the other side of the lake there. They've wandered all the way around. Now, into the blacks, we're going to add some green. No, so please understand that these are $20 glasses. They're nothing expensive. Hey Birdie, how we doing? There are geese and ducks. And you know what? If we get frisky, we can even add in a few geese and ducks to our picture. But we won't do it straight away. We want to get the landscape all teed up, all looking gorgeous first. So there'll be a bit of a wait before we creep off on doing any of that kind of stuff. But for now, a little bit of this green into black. And it's going to creep in a bit into the water here. See, if we put it in the sky, we've got to add it into the water. That's our job. A bit more water. There we go. Where else do we want to go with this? Cheers, Steve. That's the kind of vibes this place gives off, there's no doubt. Yeah, just a little bit of blue into this. Lots more blue in this picture than you'd expect. Blue and a bit of white. I think a sandfly bit me under my chin. Let's have a bit of this in here. There we go. Good morning, how you doing? That's good.
That's a pretty tough ask there.
Yeah. Ooh, I did get bitten under my chin. How about that? And blue. It varies. It varies drastically sometimes. Sometimes these projects don't actually get completed. Completion is not the important part. Being a part of and doing, that's where the pleasure comes from. Some of these projects will bring most of the way, but never fully to fruition, which in some ways is a bit of a disappointment, but at the same time, it's still very fun to enjoy the process of painting. Beautiful flow coming from the paint today. we're already on power saving mode on the iPad. I'm going to disappear for a brief moment and we'll come on back on the phone. See you shortly.